Good morning, everyone, and we are 8itspoon, an advocacy-run enterprise that aims to reduce the carbon footprint that we humans have created. So our team is comprised of 5 members. Myself, Russell, as the CEO. We've got Luke as the head of product, Dan, the chief of marketing, Joel as the business development officer, and Ruven as the chief financial officer. So the usage of plastic cutlery has affected our world in many ways. Plastic cutlery is very difficult to recycle. It was reported that over 300,000 tons of litter was released from plastic takeouts, according to the Plastic Pollution Coalition. This has led to unrecyclable cutlery being thrown away and contaminating waterways. These waterways are homes to millions of marine wildlife and seabirds, and they could mistake these plastics as food, which could harm or kill them.
However, plastic pollution does not only affect the environment. Statistics show that on average, 5 grams of microplastic are in our food that we consume each week. These microplastics carry a range of contaminants, releasing harmful chemicals into our body, potentially causing cancer and harming our DNA. So our solution is to produce and bring edible cutlery, which are made out of biodegradable ingredients like wheat and flour to Malaysia. Our product is very eco-friendly and there is no waste produced during production.
So who is our target market? Well, they will be schools, restaurants, cafes, and institutions. These industries have a large consumer audience. For instance, schools use a lot of disposable cutlery because students mainly eat at their cafeterias, which contributes to a lot of plastic waste.
So you may be wondering, how are 8itspoons made? As you can see here, this is the step-by-step process. But in layman's term, all we are doing is making the dough, molding it, baking it, and of course, out of your mold comes your 8itspoon. But how are we, as a company, going to operate? Well, it's quite simple, actually. Firstly, we're going to outsource the production of our spoons to a factory that we will work with in the future. We will do this by giving them the necessary raw materials, which we will buy in bulk so that we can get them at a cheaper price, so that we can be a lot more competitive with our prices when it comes to our 2 major competitors, plastic spoons and wooden spoons. Then we will take those spoons, rebrand them under 8itspoon, and finally, we will sell them to our stakeholders and target market.
Our research shows that we will be able to manufacture the spoons for around 0.16 cents per piece and sell them at a markup price of 50 cents. Therefore, our profits made for each spoon will be 34 cents. Just imagine if we were able to sell just 10,000 of these, we will already make a profit of $3,400.
So what sets us apart from the rest? Well, our product is it's all unique, it's waste-free, and it's long-lasting. Our product will also be the first of its kind in Malaysia. Hence, in terms of competitors, as Luke mentioned earlier, we would only have the wooden utensil industry and the plastic utensil industry. Our product will also be waste-free, as it suggests. This is because it's biodegradable and it's edible. Lastly, our edible cutlery is rather long-lasting. It has a shelf life of over 3 years. Therefore, when consumers buy the product, they will be able to keep it for long periods of time. If we were able to receive funding for our project, we will be able to contribute to a greener and greater future for the generations to come. Thank you.
All right, well done. Nice way to end it. I like that presentation. It's clearly very well thought through as well. Judges, I'll pass the time over to you now. Who would like to kick us off? Adam, go ahead.
Yeah, I think it's a fantastic thing what you guys are doing. It's great for the environment, and your presentation is really well thought out. I love it. I think it's going to do a lot of good. And you obviously have done a lot of research into it. My question would be, you said it's got a long shelf life of 3 years. Would that mean there's a lot of preservatives going into it? So whilst you're trying to solve one issue, is that going to be a health issue? But my main question, because I like it so much, and I think you guys have done a great job, is how many of you out of the 5 are willing to really take this to the next level and concentrate on building this business? Are you willing to even give up your university studies and pursue this? Parents normally would tell you you have to go to uni and then you can think about things later. But how many of you are willing to actually, persevere with this project if you get the funding and to really take this forward?
Impressive.
Just to go back, can we go back to the preservative question after, because it looks like you're all definitely very enthusiastic about this. So let's go back to the preservative question that.
Yeah, about the preservatives, there are no preservatives when it comes to making bit spoons.
So how is it lasting 3 years then?
Yeah.
Because just think of it like biscuits. They don't really have any preservatives because ours is made of it's just wheat basically. So there isn't much you need to do to basically keep it fresh. Just the packaging is already. Yeah, it's not like dairy products where you need to refrigerate it. We can keep it in normal room temperature and still be all right.
Okay.
Adam, I think you really put them on the spot with this. Would you quit college to pursue this business?
Any thoughts on that to the team? Would you guys quit college, or would you do the side-by-side college?
I mean, if it takes off, then yeah, definitely. It could be a potential career for all of us, and I think it would be good for the environment, and it is profit making as well. So we'll get the best of both worlds.
I have a question. If you're looking for funding, have you guys thought about a number of what you'd like to fundraise?
Not necessarily, no, not yet. But we can, if we're able to, as we get more time, we'll be able to process all these numbers and statistics.
Okay. You go to Adam when you have a number.
Oh yeah, I'll be more than happy.
But no, I think you guys did a really good job. I think it's a very well thought out presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. John, do you have anything for them that you'd like to ask?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, my first thought is I've never heard of this before. So this is a totally new concept. And it's really an unbelievable idea, to me. Seriously, because I've, even in my work, we've been looking at a lot of the ESG, all the technology that's coming out, what's happening in the environment. So I do see a lot of information that comes across my desk, and I've never seen this particular one. So it's actually very interesting. I may actually have to research it and work a little bit. Kind of follow up on Debbie's question, just a rough number. We're not going to hold you to it. What do you think would be the startup cost? And then maybe why you think about that, maybe a follow-up question would be, do you think the restaurants and the institutions, how many of them would be receptive to the idea? Is this cheaper than what plastic forks might be? A lot of me and my friends like to say it is more expensive to eat healthier, to buy obviously the organic stuff from Whole Foods, than to eat junk food from McDonald's, in a matter of speaking.
Yep.
So is it cost effective for restaurants, for schools to switch to this method, no matter how much they want to help the environment? How does it benefit them?
In terms of the benefit, I think since the world is developing and people are looking out for the future generations nowadays, people would pay maybe an extra 30 cents or something for there to be a bigger impact on the globe. So I think compared to the plastic utensil industry, we could definitely take advantage of that. And the wooden utensil industry, obviously, they have to chop down a lot of trees to produce these type of products. But we don't have to. We just have to get our raw materials from farmers and buy in bulk.
As for the starting number of spoons, I would say possibly we can start with 100. Maybe 100 is a good number to start with.
Sorry, 100 what?
100 spoons, 100 spoons.
That's thinking way too small, guys.
You can go much bigger.
I think when you said 100, Adam thought $100,000.
100,000, I thought maybe.
You can definitely add
Why
a few
not?
zeros.
100,000 sounds good as well. Sounds good.
Guys, your school probably uses, I don't know, 5,000 spoons a day.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
100 probably isn't going to even dent.
Yeah. Actually, one of our ideas was to start this in our school itself because our school uses wooden utensils and it's not necessarily eco-friendly. So we
It's a
could
step
definitely
above
take
plastic.
advantage.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, if you get a prototype ready, I will tell you that I will make sure that it will be put in the school.
There you go.
Guys, I think another point that you forgot to mention, but I think is really important from this is also just from a brand recognition and awareness standpoint, like restaurants or schools that use this will automatically position themselves as more progressive and as more caring for the environment. So there's that added incentive that offsets the cost because you will never get it as cheap as plastic, right?
Yep.
And that's something you just have to accept. But I think it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
All right, folks, thank you very much for your presentation. You've clearly got the judges very excited by this one as well. I'm impressed. Well done, really.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So much.